Russian stores have reduced their assortment. In July, food products decreased by 2.3% and non-food products by 1.8% compared to the same month last year. The largest declines were recorded in the segments of alcoholic beverages, children's goods, and personal care products by 5.6%, 5.1%, and 7.3% respectively. Writes the Moscow Times. X5 Group reported that since the beginning of the war against Ukraine, the range of products in their stores has decreased by an average of 15 to 20%. While the move is seen as a necessary step to curb inflation, economists warn that the consequences may mirror the failures of Soviet-era central planning. Russia is now shifting toward a fully planned command-style system with all its usual flaws. Constant food shortages, long queues, and everything else that comes with it, said Igor Lipsits, a Russian-born economist. That's what lies ahead for Russians, and it's becoming quite clear. Lipsits also confirmed its course for reduction and optimization. Only the most popular products are left on the shelves, and the vacated space is given over to services and sublease. In addition, the chain's new hypermarkets are much smaller than those the company opened before. According to Infoline's calculations, from January to July, the average area of grocery stores decreased by 0.7% to 312 meters squared. Retailers have now reached the point where they can draw conclusions about the success of previously launched brands, and in conditions of limited shelf space, they are removing those that are not popular with customers, notes Saltanat Naisanova, Director of Customer Service at Nielsen. The hypermarket format is giving way to compact convenience stores and outlets with a high share of prepared food, says Olga Sumishevskaya, a partner at the consulting company One Story. According to her, most often in such stores, one need is satisfied by one item, which allows them to abandon less popular goods. Russians are increasingly saving on everyday essentials due to the rapid rise in prices, which even according to official Rosstat data has reached 40% since the beginning of the war. Thus, 58% of citizens are consciously giving up certain goods that they bought earlier. 57% are trying to find similar products in lower price categories, and almost half choose hard discounters for shopping, according to a study by Romia. According to official data, by the end of August, prices had risen by 8.3% year on year and 4.10% since the beginning of the year. Meat, gasoline, and household services have risen the most in price.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov warned that any deployment of Western peacekeepers in Ukraine will be considered as an occupation by his country. According to Associated Press, he stressed that Russia will seek security guarantees as part of any future settlement or deal with Ukraine. Speaking at a meeting with foreign ambassadors in Moscow, Lavrov added that while Europe is attempting to involve itself further in Ukraine, there is no place at the negotiating table. He also accused both Europe and Ukraine of trying to influence US President Donald Trump, and in turn, disturb the peace process. Trump's ultimatums and deadlines for Russian President Vladimir Putin to engage with proposals to stop the fighting have passed without obvious consequences.
Эти гарантии безопасности, как тогда было согласовано, должны опираться на принцип неделимости безопасности и на принцип, в соответствии с которым ни одна страна не имеет права укреплять свою безопасность за счет безопасности других. Если какая-то часть Украины будет территорией, где размещаются так называемые миротворцы, и будут для этой части Украины, бывшей Украины, для этой территории действовать гарантии безопасности Запада, заточенные против Российской Федерации, что это будет означать только одно, что Запад оккупировал, еще раз скажу, Украину. Европа явно пытается достаточно беспардонно отвоевать себе место за столом переговоров, хотя с позицией, которую она исповедует, с позицией реваншизма, нанесения России стратегического поражения, за столом переговоров, конечно, делать нечего. Понятно, что пытаются и европейцы, и украинский режим убедить Дональда Трампа отказаться от миротворческих усилий, вернуться к конфронтации России, по сути, превратить войну Байдена в войну Трампа. Очевидно, совершенно этим озабочены многие европейские лидеры, включая Париж, Берлин, Лондон, ну и Брюссель. Евросоюзовский и натовский Брюссель исходит именно из этого. И они, конечно, хотят сорвать мирный процесс.
Russian President Vladimir Putin visited the Zapad 2025 joint military drills in Russia's Nizhny Novgorod region on Tuesday on the last day of joint Russia-Belarus military exercises. According to Associated Press, he stated the exercise's purpose is to practice all the necessary elements for the unconditional protection of sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Union state, referring to the Russian and Belarusian alliance. Putin emphasized that the drills are based on experience gained from the conflict in Ukraine. He also thanked the foreign military representatives in attendance and inspected military equipment and weapons. The maneuvers, which wrap up Tuesday, have included nuclear-capable bomber and warships, thousands of troops and hundreds of combat vehicles simulating a joint response to an enemy attack, including what officials said was planning for nuclear weapons use and options involving Russia's new intermediate-range ballistic missile, the Orshnik. Russia's defense ministry released videos of nuclear-capable bombers on training missions as part of the drills that spread from Belarus, which borders NATO members Poland, Latvia, and Lithuania, to the Arctic, where its naval assets practiced launches of nuclear-capable missiles, including the hypersonic Zircon missile.
Я уже сказал, 10 тысяч образцов техники различные. Из них цель учения заключается в том, чтобы отработать все необходимые элементы по безусловной защите суверенитета, территориальной целостности, защиты от любой агрессии союзного государства. Мероприятие проходит на 41 полигоне. Участие принимают 100 тысяч военнослужащих. Тактическая авиация, стратегическая авиация. Задействовано будет, и уже задействуется, около 10 тысяч систем вооружения, техники. Причем это все современная техника, используемая в практической боевой работе. Да и планы учения строятся, исходя из опыта, полученного при проведении специальной военной операции. И военно-транспортная авиация. Применяется также свыше. К нам для участия в мероприятиях учения 2025 прибыло 25 иностранных делегаций, из них 16 государств направили представителей, а 6 прислали воинские контингенты для участия в мероприятиях в рамках стратегического учения.